Alright, so what's up guys, this is your boy Zenon Skig with another firearm review. Today we're taking a look at the new Smith Wesson M&P M2.0. Pretty much the same gun with some improvements, and improvements are always welcomed. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Before we go any further, let's go ahead and just do the safety check. So we're gonna go ahead and take the mag out, wrap the slide, lock it back, physically check, make sure there's nothing there, and we're good to go. Alright, so let's go over a couple of the improvements so far. One of the main thing that stands out immediately is the grip. As you can see here, if you look at it, it has like a very aggressive stippling. We first saw this on the Smith Wesson Shield 45. Now this aggressive stippling has made its way onto the new M&P 2.0. Very good aggressive stippling, allows you to get a nice, purchase on the weapon. So it's, it's not going anywhere. If your hands are sweaty, you have blood on it, the gun falls in water or whatever. Anything can happen when you're in a fighting situation. Adrenaline is high and you're fighting for your life. You're not going to be as accurate. You're going to fumble. You're going to make mistakes. The aggressive texturing is going to ensure that you have, a nice purchase on the weapon. As before, it does have the removable back straps for different hand sizes. This one's actually a little bit easier to set up now. I have the medium grip on here, but it comes with actually 4. So there's the small, and then we also have the medium, which I have on, right? And then we have this is large, and we also have a medium large. So 4 different grip sizes. To put it back on, simply just slide it in, put the pin back in, and that's it. It's back in. It's it's not rocket science. It is a lot easier to take out than the original MP. I had one of those chambered in 45, and it was a struggle to take it out. This gun has the ambidextrous manual safety. Up is for on, down is for off. I don't particularly care for it, but when I was actually looking around in my area to purchase this gun, I couldn't really find any without the safety. Smith & Wesson does allow you to remove the safety, and they also will mail you plugs. So that's an option that you could look into. If you can't find one without the safety, you can always purchase this, and then remove the safety and have the holes plugged. So let's talk about another improvement here. These rails, pretty much it has steel rails in the chassis going all the way out on the frame, which allows for recoil absorption and just a better, more accurate overall shooting experience. It's gonna absorb more torque. It's just better overall. Anything that helps with accuracy is gonna be good. What I would have liked to seen on this version is some type of physical loaded chamber indicator. It's not on this version, and this version is the 4.25 inch barrel version. That option is available. I have seen on the 5 inch, which at the time of this video, it's only available in flat dark earth, but it does have a physical loaded chamber indicator that you can run your hand along the slides, and you can visually tell if there's a round in the chamber. This one still has the original half moon type visual check, so you could take a look and see if there's a round in there. Comes with regular dovetail sights, I plan to upgrade these to some night sights, probably Trigicon or True Glow. I'm not sure yet. Another improvement is the trigger. Trigger is really, really, really nice. I believe the trigger is down probably, I would say, a pound or two. And it's really light, crisp. The reset is also pretty nice. You have a nice visual click. You can hear that. Takedown is pretty much the same. You just rack the slide. Pull the safety lever down. Now there is the sear disconnect, which is in here. I'll do it this way, but you could just pull the trigger. For those who don't want to pull the trigger, you can use this little tool right here. And just bring down the sear disconnect. When you tap the slide again, it slides right off. Standard spring, nothing special. Has a blue color code here to indicate the front part, but can't really go in any other way. Barrel 4 1/4, and assembles pretty quick, or reassembles pretty quick. So simply just line up the rails, put it on. Before I go ahead and put that on, I also want to point out another change here on the frame, and that's the slide. The slide rails, pretty much very, very, very big improvement in terms of length. So they're a lot longer than, say, the original MP, and that adds for more accuracy, smoother function, just an overall better experience. All right, so let's go ahead and just put this bad boy back together, slide it on the rails, make sure the takedown lever is back up, and release the side. Gun is pretty much put back together. To make sure the sear disconnect is put back into position, you can simply just push a magazine in, and now the gun is back in battery. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is this slide stop. If you notice here, it has like this little thing here right beside the slide stop. That pretty much helps in preventing the slide from going forward when you insert a magazine. So most guns, when the slide is locked back and you insert a magazine, boom, usually the slide flies forward. Sometimes that's not the reaction you want from the weapon, and that little piece of attachment to the slide stop is going to prevent that. So no matter how forcibly I put the magazine in, it pretty much, the slide will not go forward until I put my thumb on the slide release and swipe down. So depending on who is operating the gun, you may or may not see that as an improvement, but that's one of the new features on the weapon. Overall, it's it's a pretty good gun. Comes with 2 magazines, 9mm, so this holds 17 in each mag. If you carry one in the one loaded, you have a total of 18 rounds. So out the box, like I said, you have 2 17-round mags. You carry another one, you have roughly about 35 rounds at your disposal. 9mm is pretty cheap to shoot, and less recoil, so more accuracy. You know, this gun might be too big for some people to carry, conceal. I'm currently carrying this gun now versus, you know, say my shield, and there are definitely certain things you can't do when you're carrying this gun, and definitely certain types of clothes you can't, you know, wear, because it's a bigger gun. Will print more. But the advantage is, like I said, you're gonna have more rounds. You know, in a self-defense situation, sometimes you might need a couple more rounds. You never know. You may have multiple attackers. You know, when adrenaline starts flowing, you know, and you're under stress, you are not going to be the most accurate shooter. You know, so that's another factor that you may consider. I really like the gun. The only thing I don't like, as far as the new improvement, is the removal of the beaver tail. I kind of like that. It had like that whole, you know, 1911 type effect on the original MP. But that, you know, that is no longer there. But it still has, you know, a relatively good high grip on the weapon, so you could get like a good purchase. When I shot it right out the box, I was shooting some really crappy ammo, and I had no problem with, you know, accuracy. I did rapid fire. I did slow controlled shots at about a little over 7 yards, and I was still able to put, you know, all 17 rounds pretty much on target. So that's pretty much it. That's my review of the Smith Wesson M&P 2.0. Overall, it's a very good gun. It was a good gun before. They just, you know, made some tweaks, and I actually like it, man. You know, MSRP is, I would say, somewhere around like $5.99. I picked this up for like $5.10. You could probably get it on, you know, Buds for a little bit less. But in my local gun shop, I picked it up for like $5.10. So it's not bad. All right, so enough talking. Let's see how this motherfucker shoots. Peace. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.